I can't take it anymore. I won't be silenced. The women. Oh, the women. The women in Attack on Titan suck. Everyone and their mommies won't shut up about how the women in Attack on Titan are literally the best female characters in all of anime. But they're just wrong.
Know your fucking place, trash. Fucking robots.
And their arguments about why they're the best female characters is, well, they weren't sexualized. Yeah, well, that doesn't matter, because the women in AOT suck. The writing sucks. Let's look at a couple of them. Petra, killed about 19 Titans, part of the Leva Squad, pretty talented. Dead. Diana, the first wife, little screen time, but she was a smiling Titan, though. She did have, a baby, Zeke, but she's dead. Carla, she was a great mom, lied about her legs being broken so that her kids could be saved. Married a doctor chasing that bag and love. Dead. The Warhammer girl? I don't know her name, but dead. Her family was interesting, though. Double dead. Rico? Alive, but, she had like an hour worth of screen time. Banana girl could have had a great backstory with her daddy issues, but dead. Kyla? Sasha saved her as a kid, and she looked up to her. Was willing to kill Gabi, but they stopped her. I would have done the same if I was her. She's still in business. Little screen time, though. Hitch? Literally no screen time. She was roommates with Annie. They could have had developed their friendship more, but they didn't. But she is a part of the MPs, which means she's definitely talented, but she had like no screen time and did basically nothing for the story. This scene was funny, though. Okay, so I couldn't really find the clip online, so I just took my manga and so Annie's talking about her backstory, then Hitch is just like, dude, I literally don't care. I didn't ask. In the dub, I remember her saying that she I didn't ask for your life story. I remember that scene, but just look at her face. She's like, can you shut up? But yeah, this scene is just fun. She's so relatable. I love Hitch. Also, I forgot to mention, Hitch is such a funny character. I generally like Hitch. She's so funny and relatable. The part where she's she literally doesn't want to do any work. I think she's generally entertaining and funny, but I know that she is a side character, but I would have liked to see more of her. And I feel like that's a lot of problems with female characters in AOT, is that they're just so one-noted. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. But Hitch is so funny. She just doesn't want to do work. Literally so relatable. Okay, now it's time for characters that actually had screen time. Starting off, we have Sasha. Sasha, her goal was to become a great hunter for her family, but when the walls fell, they sent her to the scouts. After that, she befriended Connie and John and other people. But the whole series, she was the same character. Goofy, high senses, and a sharpshooter. She is one of my favorite characters. But that's all she is. Not because the fandom made her that way, but because that is how she is written. As a lovable character as Sasha is, that doesn't mean she is free from criticism. She doesn't have that much development because she was sadly killed off before she was able to see her life goals. But she really didn't have any goals. Every male character had their own goals. Sasha didn't. And it's so sad that she died. But a lot of people, the fandom, and a lot of people in the real show just see her as this potato-loving girl. Okay, I totally forgot to mention this last part, but I love Sasha. I love her so much. She's my favorite character. It's just that I feel like they wrote her as just a funny person and not that serious. And another thing that really bothers me throughout the whole series of season 4 is I feel like Connie was the only one who truly cared about Sasha's death. Connie was literally the only one who somewhat cared about Sasha's death. It pissed me off so much when Sasha's dad didn't really care about Gabi. Gabi killed your daughter and you're just gonna let her get away with it. That scene pissed me off so much. And I feel like so many people, Mikasa, Armin, Eren, John, Hange, Levi, like, yeah, they had their scenes when they were crying and stuff, but I feel like none of those characters generally cared about Sasha, except Connie. I feel like Connie is the only one who was affected by Sasha's death, and, like, Sasha's dying, like, I just feel like that wasn't a big plot point. I might get hate for this, but I feel like Sasha dying wasn't that big of a plot point. Yeah, I'm sad about her dying, but, like, I feel like that just didn't affect the story as well as it should have been. Ymir. What? No, not you, Ymir. No, I mean the gay one. Okay, yeah, she's dead, but before she died, she was a great character and had such an amazing past. The ruler of a cult leader at a young age, and from the other side of the ocean. And she was like 60 plus years old because she remained mentally and physically young due to the Titan powers. However, all that past, all that written was thrown away when she willingly died. What? I don't get it. She sided with Bert and Reiner? Why and when? Oh, I have to pay back my debt. When? You saved them at the tower. I don't give a fuck about this guy. No, I want Ymir. Why? Great story written about her, thrown away, and for why? She didn't have to pay back any debt to who? No one. And oh, it's because she stole the Titan powers from that random ass guy? No, that random ass guy was a fucking loser and he died because of his fault. Oh my goodness. She had the right to have that power of the Titan. She doesn't have to pay back any debt. Great story. Sorry, it was just... she had such a great story written and it was just thrown away. And for what? Why? But to my dearest Historia, as I write this, Reiner is standing nearby. Oh, that scene gets me every time. I think they killed her off so Historia would have a baby and become queen. You know, because, like, Historia would, like, find a man and have a baby with that man. But I feel like they could have done, like, the same exact storyline just with Ymir in there. You know? I don't know. They could have, like, had Ymir and brainwashed her by, like, the Marleyans could have brainwashed Ymir, and they could have done so much with Ymir. But then they just threw her character away. Like, hello, you literally kidnapped the queen's girlfriend. That's a lot of leverage, Pookies, you stupid Marleyans. Whatever. A lot of people can argue that Hange isn't a woman, but I'm gonna throw them in here anyways. Hange is a well-written character. However, their goal isn't always straightforward. Their goal is whatever the plot wants. Find the female Titan, take down the government, take back the wall, be a commander. I do think Hange is a better commander than Eren, though there's a full video coming out later. Hange's goal in the series is whatever the arc is. Armin's goal is to see the sea. Eren's dream is to kill all the Titans, you know, yada yada yada. Everyone has their goals. But their main goal was always for Titan science. But I feel like that was so vague. That is literally so vague. Yes, Hange does discover things about Eren's shifting powers. But sadly, a lot of that is seen off screen. Hange's goals throughout the series was whatever the current arc needed. But their character was shortly and beautifully wrapped up in this final scenes. Hange finally smiled. A genuine, real smile as they join the Titans, finally. Yelena. The whole goal was centered around this middle-aged looking man. Literally no identity. But this scene is so iconic. And she is pretty cold and hard, but I can't say that she was the mastermind because that was the brothers. That was the Jaeger brothers, you know, leading the Jaegers, hence the name Jaegers. You can kind of compare her to Flock or Floch, whatever his name is. You know, leading a group. However, Flock was written better throughout the story because we saw Flock as like this guy who runs away and is scared of everything to someone who's like facing the enemies. But while Yelena was kind of just there taking charge of whatever Zeke said to her. So yeah, she doesn't even have that much, you know, development. We meet her like this type of person and we leave her as like that type of person, you know. Pieck. She joined the cast very late, later than Gabi. However, you could still have character development if you join the cast late. But her main goal was to see her father, which I like that concept. A young girl becoming a soldier for her family in hopes she could give them a better life. Instead of fighting for her country, she's fighting for her family. Wait a second. Why does that sound familiar? Annie. She has the same goals as Annie. Annie's whole goal was for her to see her adopted father again. Her adopted father who groomed and abused her into becoming a child soldier. Annie was a shifter, and just like Pieck was brainwashed into becoming a child soldier, but both of them were able to not become brainwashed thanks to their father's teachings. Annie's character was great, very interesting. However, they saw her as getting too popular. So they were just like, oh, you're getting way too popular. I'm going to put you in this cute little box forever. Years to come, years later, they took away all of her screen time and all of her character development. Just because they put her in this cute little crystal. Honestly, though, I think this crystal scene was literally the dumbest thing in AOT. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say about this. Also, the Levi squad forgave her too easily. Like, bro, John? You spent your whole character development like, oh my god, Marco, why did you have to die, Marco, blah, 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 bro. And Annie's like, yeah, I helped in killing Marco. And Jean does nothing. Yes, Jean beats up Reiner. However, Annie got away with so many things. Proud of Levi. So proud of him for not saying goodbye to Annie. Anyways, Annie's character could have been better, but nah. Screen time cut. Goal is for man. Again, repeated plot lines. But that's on Pieck's points, not Annie. Yeah, screen time cut. It just, oh my god. Wait a minute. Why does this sound familiar? Screen time cut had so much potential. Also, I just don't like this ship. Literally makes no sense.
But if we have to kill Eren to save Marley, you're going to turn on us to try to save your friend. And you know it. Don't you, Mikasa? Tell me I'm wrong. You can't do it, right? You care about nothing more than him. Can you imagine turning against him?
If you want me out of the way, then just come out and say it.
Oh boy, here we go again. Mikasa. Or should I say Midsuka. I already made a full video on why I hate Mikasa, literally in depth, but like I literally hate Mikasa so much. She follows Eren around, zero identity outside of Eren and being a soldier, is literally a slave, has no thoughts in between her eyes. The scarf is a symbol of Eren's will around her. No, it's his love. No, shut the fuck up. This is a video full of hate. Ymir. The could've, the would've, the should've have been the greatest woman in all of anime. The whole series. She was teased and being a devil or a god. Was she a girl who made the deal with the devil to gain powers? Or was she granted powers by the gods? This question was going around the fandom since the start. And the plot twist? She was never a god nor a devil. She was a slave. A slave to a king that pillaged her town and cut out her throat, taking away her freedom. And since she was a slave, all she knew was to serve until Eren set her free. A great storyline. Until this. I'm sorry. What? All that buildup? And for this? Just for her to still be in love with him? The king that abused her and forced her to have his children and who... I'm gonna stop talking before I get into a whole tangent. But yeah, that's the dumbest plot twist in Attack on Titan. She loved him? No, she didn't love him. Okay, that was abuse. What is Isayama trying to say with this one? And don't even get me started on the whole, She needed Mikasa to set her free. Why? Only Ymir knows. It's giving lazy. It's giving lazy writing. She could have been so amazing. Yet they just threw away her character for the sake of her loving her abuser. Oh my god. Historia. Now, Historia is the best second best woman written in Attack on Titan. Her goal didn't revolve around a man. She was covered with mystery at the end of season 2. She's literally a queen. The iconic line,
Mankind either! I'm starting to get sick of humanity! I say let them get wiped out by Titans!
oh, I love it. I'm sick of them too. She starts off as this bubbly girl named Krista Lenz. Until the end of season 2, it's revealed that she is the bastard child of the royal bloodline, the Rice family. The flashbacks in season 4 are when we really see the pressures of being the last royal bloodline and how royalty really starts to weigh down on her, but it also weighs down on the audience. Historia's screen time is so little compared to her screen time in season 3 part 1. And it's so sad. There was a lot of political stuff going on in season 4. Political stuff. So why wasn't she involved more? This pisses me off. Also, we need to talk about the farmer. So, the farmer who got Historia prego used to throw rocks at her. I'm sorry, what? When they were kids, he threw rocks at her when they were kids. What? And now, out of guilt, he worked on her ranch, farm, orphanage thing. Okay? What are they trying to say? Throwing rocks at someone and then maybe in the future you can impregnate them? Yeah, no, baby. The whole baby thing was a wasted storyline. Historia had so many storylines that could have been amazing. Eren was a father, and no one is changing my mind. Eren Historia makes more sense storyline otherwise. And Historia has so much wasted potential. Also, Historia and Ymir are literally superior ships, and I like to think that she named her kid after Ymir. But Historia was literally so well written, had so much character development, but I feel like they just put a crown on her head and said, bye-bye. That's all they did. They put a crown on her head, said goodbye, and said, here's a baby storyline, but we're going to waste that. So much potential, so much waste. But now, it's time for the greatest female character in Attack on Titan. And the one female character I didn't put on the thumbnail because she's the best character. And she's flawlessly written. There's literally zero flaws in her writing. And that character is Gabi. Now, Gabi pisses me off, but still, you can't deny an incredibly written character. Gabi is a brainwashed child soldier. She is the embodiment of the evils that Marleyans do to Eldians. Gabi is also a mirror of season 1 Eren, but female. We start season 4 with meeting Gabi. Her and Falco are kinda of the main characters until the scouts show up in episode 5. And looking back at these Gabi scenes, we have to detach ourselves from our love of Sasha, because if we do that, then we could properly analyze Gabi. Okay, did you do that already? Great. Okay. Yes, Gabi kills Sasha, but she doesn't get away with it. A grown man beats her and throws her at the hands of Sasha's father to be killed. But Sasha's dad delivered a great metaphor. Since Sasha left the forest, he knew there were bigger threats that she couldn't handle. Although if someone offed my kid, I would murk the killer. The whole forest metaphor is his ideology. And Gabi has her own goals. A goal that isn't about or centered around a man. Her goal is to inherit the powers of a Titan. It doesn't matter which Titan, she just wants to inherit the powers of a Titan and do good for her country, Marlene. But after she watches Sasha kill her friends, Gabi becomes how do I say this? Gabi becomes mega racist. I'm gonna kill those filthy devils. Okay. But that's okay, It's a part of her character arc. Her being a mega racist is okay. I'll excuse her for that. But Gabi goes from a young girl who doesn't need help because she is brainwashed into thinking that she could do everything herself. But during the campfire episode, her walls break down as she gets down on her hands and knees and begs John and the other scouts for help. Her walls break down. She is finally a little girl instead of being a brainwashed child soldier. And let's not forget this scene. The scene where I fell in love with her character arc.
There were never any devils on this island. Just people. People like us. I see now. I finally get how right it feels. We just mindlessly agreed that even though we'd never met these people, they all had to be devils.
This is the moment Gabi realized that they are all the same people. When Gabi becomes not racist, Gabi is literally the best character in Attack on Titan. Dare I say, the best character in shonen anime. She is so well written, but it's a shame everyone doesn't take her seriously because she is so young. And Gabi killed Sasha, but under that, she's an incredible character that goes through the best character arc. From being a brainwashed to a free thinker, she literally goes from racist to woke as shit, man. Gabi is the embodiment of what war can do to a child. But if you don't see that or understand that, well, you're just blind. But to sum it up, the women in Attack on Titan suck. A majority of them suck at the beginning of their character introductions and at the end of the series / their life. Or their goal is around a man. Or they are amazingly written and they have so much potential, but they have literally no screen time. Anyways, that's all I have for y'all today. Please like and subscribe because I'm lonely. Yes. Also, if you do subscribe, then I could get more subscribers. And if I get more subscribers, I get more views. If I get more views, I could get more money because I'm poor. Thank you. Bye.